welcome. Today we're going to do a bowspring practice that will strengthen and bring into healthy alignment your legs and your hips, even your shoulders. So we'll start with a leg sequence. So come into our basic standing pose, earth pose, with your arms forward, your hips back, and your head back. Take a breath and settle. Settle your hips back, settle down into your feet. And then bring your arms up to horizontal and push out through both arms, soft fist with your hands. Breathe into your back ribs. Breathe into all sides of your ribs. And then sit your hips back a little farther. Keep your head pressing back and lifting up. And stand on one leg. Dig the other paw down into the ground and push it forward. Then from there, drag your heel back away from the paw and lift your heel up as you lift your leg up. Then step back into a high lunge, both knees bent. Push your arms forward again. Dig your paws into the earth and push your knees forward and your hips back. Drag your heels back away from your paws isometrically. Lift your glute muscles up and press your head back. Pulse now. Exhale, sit back farther. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, root back and down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, sit back. Inhale, rise up. Lift your ribs, lift your head. Then sit back again, way back, and put your back knee on the ground. Sit your hips back toward the heel. Widen your back hip to the side, and then push back up. Keep your hips back as you bring that leg forward. Lean to the side, and step to the other side. Swivel both feet out as you swivel the heels in. You can hover the heels if you want. Push both arms forward. Sit your hips back. Keep your head back and squat. Inhale, use your arms to rise up. Exhale, sit back. Press your arms isometrically down. Rise up toward the sky. One more. Exhale, sit back, squat. Inhale, spring up. Swivel your feet forward as you swivel your heels out. So the insides of your feet are parallel. Shift your weight back toward the midline. Lean to the side, bring your other leg in. Then step forward with that other leg and hover that heel. Push your arms forward. Bend forward slightly, push your hips back. And then press your head back and lift it up. Pulse, exhale, rise up toward the sky. Inhale, rise up toward the sky. Exhale, sit your hips back. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, sit. Inhale, rise. Then sit your hips back again. Sit your front heel down. Sit your back heel down and swing the other leg over and around. Come into Zigzag Lunge. Push through both arms. Sit your hips back. Squeeze your knees isometrically together and widen your hips. Press your head back. Pulse. Exhale, root. Inhale, rise. Exhale, sit back. Inhale, lift your ribs. Exhale, sit. Inhale, lift up. Swing that back leg over and around now. Cross your ankle over your front side. Cross ankle squat. Sit back. Head back. Hands can be on your thighs, or you can bring your arms forward. Palms up. Service arms. And turn your palms down and rise back up. Come to earth pose. Standing on your other leg this time, dig your front paw into the ground, then drag the heel back and up, lift that leg up, bring it forward. Then with your hips back, sit back, step back into a high lunge. Breathe into your ribs, push your knees forward and sit back, hips go back. Exhale, sit, inhale, rise up toward the sky. Exhale, root back. Inhale, lift your ribs, curl back. Exhale, hips back. Inhale, rise up. This time, sit your hips back. Put your back knee on the ground. Move the back hip toward the heel and widen it to the side. Soft face, soft groins, and then inhale, rise back up and step that leg forward. Lean to the side and step over to the other side. Swivel both heels in and hover both heels if you wish. Push your arms forward. Sit your hips back and squat. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, sit back. Inhale, rise. Hips back and low. Inhale, lift your ribs high. Swivel both feet forward again. Lean to the side, bring the other leg in. This time step forward, touching the paw of your foot first. Hover both heels now, so the front heels also hover. Push your arms forward. Push your hips back. Keep your head back and pulse. Exhale. Sit back. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, root. Inhale, rise. Exhale, sit back. Inhale, rise up. Shoot your hips back, way back, so the back heel touches as well as the front. Swing the front leg over and around for Zigzag Lunge. Push through both arms. Then knees forward, sit back. Squeeze your knees isometrically together and widen your hips. Then press your head back and add pulsation. Exhale, sit back. Inhale, rise. Exhale, root back. Inhale, rise. One more. Exhale, sit your hips way back. Inhale, lift your ribs high. Then swing that leg over and around. Come back to cross ankle squat on this side. You can rest your hands on your front shin. Hips back, head back. You can even bring your arms up. Arise in arms with palms up. And then come back to earth pose with seed hands, elbows forward of the shoulders. And then hop your legs wide and rest in a wide leg recovery pose. Push your arms straight, breathe into your ribs. Move your hips back, so tails up. Press your head back. Enjoy your breath. Then bring your arms forward again. Sit back and step to the middle again, earth pose. We'll do 2 step hops to the side, going a little slower so that we can sit between each step hop. So sit back, step hop to one side, sit back, step hop again, sit back, step hop back to toward the middle, sit back, step hop back to the middle. Go the other direction now. So sit back, step hop, sit back, step hop, sit back, step toward the middle, sit back, step hop. And now we'll hop with 2 feet, touching the front part of the feet first. Sit. And then 2 hops to the side. 1, sit, 2, sit. Then back toward the middle. Hop back, sit, hop back, sit. The other direction, sit, hop, sit, hop, back to the middle. One more sit, hop back to the middle, sit, hop wide, sit, hop narrow, sit, hop wide, sit, hop narrow, sit, hop wide. Rest again in wide leg recovery pose. Bring one shoulder forward and twist your ribs to the other side. You can crescent a little toward the shoulder, tip that bottom ear toward the shoulder. And inhale, come back to center. Twist your ribs the other way. You can crescent toward that side as you tip your ear. Move your hips back. Arms stay straight. And then inhale, come back to center. Bring your arms forward again and hover one heel. Swivel the heel out as you swivel that paw in. Move the hips back and wide and pulse. Exhale, sit back, widen the hip. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, sit back, hip goes wide. Smile in the groin, smile on the face. Inhale, rise. One more. Exhale, sit and widen. Inhale, rise up. Swivel the foot forward as you swivel the heel in. Then hover the other heel and swivel that heel out as you swivel the paw in. Move the hips back and widen that hip to the side. Push through both arms, hips back, head back, and pulse. Exhale, root. Inhale, rise. Exhale, sit back and widen that hip to the side. Inhale. One more, sit and widen. Inhale, rise up. Swivel the heel in as you bring the insides of both feet parallel and rest again in recovery pose, wide leg. Bring both arms out in V vector. Push through both arms. Fill up the back ribs. Fill up all sides of your ribs. Then curl your toes softly into the earth and push your knees forward and your hips back. Squeeze your knees in toward the midline. Come on to the insides of your feet and widen your sits bones again. And then squeeze your heels toward each other as you push your knees wider now. Pull your glute muscles up. So the glutes rise up from the bottom of the hips up toward the middle of your sacrum. Keep your tail up and bend forward. So knees forward, hips back. Knees together, hips wide. Squeeze your heels isometrically together as you widen your knees and pull your glutes up. Bring both hands now to the back of your head. Hook your thumbs under your skull. Push your elbows forward and breathe into your back ribs. Push your hips back. Press your head back. Then bring one arm forward and push out through that arm. Lower your chin a little. Fill up the back ribs on both sides. Push the other elbow forward as well. Then lift your chin as you sit your hips back. Press your head back. And now take this V-vector arm to the ground, toward the ground, and then swivel on your hips and come back up. Push through both arms, elbow, arm, sit back, touch the ground. Inhale, rise up, pick up pose. Push, hips back, head back. Swivel your hips and take your hand toward the ground, swivel back up. Then switch hands. Take the other hand to the back of your head. Hook your thumb on that at the bottom of your skull and spread the other arm into a V-vector arm. Push out through that arm. Push out through the other elbow so the upper back is full. Push your knees forward and your hips back. And then pick up pose. Take that hand toward the ground. Keep the back ribs full and the tail up. Inhale. Come back up. Push through your arms. Hips back, head back. Pick up. inhale, come back up. Push, hips back, head back, pick up. Inhale, come back up. Spread both arms into a wide V. Bring both fists to the floor or to the ground. Come up on your fingertips. Hover your heels. Then push your arms straight. But bend your knees. Push your knees forward and your hips back. Press your head back. So the hips are back. The belly's long as you lengthen your ribs away from your hips. Head stays back. Now then, breathe here. Inhale. Lengthen your whole spine from your pelvic core through the top of your head. Then exhale. Bend your elbows and allow the crown of your head to hang down toward the ground. Legs stay bent. Relax your neck, relax your face, relax your jaw. And just, you can turn your head slowly from side to side. Then inhale, push your arms straight again, look up, lengthen your belly, hips stay back. Exhale, bend your elbows, fold in. One more time, inhale, lengthen from your pelvic floor to the top of your head. Exhale, bend your elbows and fold in. Then inhale, lengthen again. Sit your heels down if they're up. Walk your hands back. And keep the curves in your spine as you slide your hands up to your thighs. And again, come into a wide leg recovery pose. Bring one shoulder forward. Again, root your hips back. You can tip that ear toward that shoulder. Then bring the other hand to the back of your head. Slide it down to the back of your neck, and then slide that hand over to the other side of your neck. Neck hook. So you're making a hook around your neck. Breathe into your ribs. Move your hips back. Press your head back. And then crescent to the side. Tip your ear toward your shoulder and twist your ribs to the other side. Keep using your hand to integrate the neck tissue and to lift it up and away from the shoulder. Push out through that top elbow. Breathe into your back ribs and push the elbow isometrically in and widen the top ribs. Hips back again, head back, hips back, crescent or arc to the side. Then inhale, slowly come up. Come back to wide leg recovery. Then take the other shoulder forward, twist your ribs to the side. Then take that hand behind your head, slide your hand back to the back of your neck and then over to the side of your neck. Use your hand to integrate that neck tissue. So push your arms, push one arm straight, push out through the other elbow. Breathe into the back of your heart. Push your knees forward and your hips back. Keep your head back as you once again tip your ear toward your shoulder and twist your ribs to the side. But you're using your hand this time so the side of your neck doesn't collapse as you tip your ear toward your shoulder. So keep the back ribs full by keeping the bottom arm straight and pushing out through the top arm. Squeeze it in toward the midline and widen the top hips. Then hips back, crescent, hips back. Turn your ribs a little more to the side. Push through both arms. And now inhale, slowly come up. Come back to wide leg recovery. Then step your legs together. Earth pose, give yourself a hug. As you hug yourself, curl your fingers around your shoulders. Squeeze your arms isometrically together and broaden your rib cage. Create full space all around your heart. Then sit your hips back. Press your head back. Breathe. Bring your hands together now in front of your heart. Namaste. Thanks for practicing.